We're going to use the gloss medium, the acrylic gloss medium with some acrylic paint to paint a glaze of color on this piece here that's in progress. So I'll put out, I don't really need a lot of paint, so just a tiny amount, and put the gloss next to it. Tiny bit of water, tiny bit of paint to start with. Mix it into the gloss. You'll see how much that little bit of color really went a long way in here. So I put way too much paint out. So we can take this lightly tinted gloss and paint over our piece here. You can barely see the color. You can see it a lot better here in the white area. So we could let that dry and I could keep building up. So that layer was really subtle, so I might add a little more paint this time. So I'm gonna add a little more gloss. Flat my brush out, take a little more paint, add that in. So there's a lot more pigment in the gloss this time. That might work a little bit better. Could have also kept it really subtle and continued to work up to more color. So really, any of these glazing techniques that you can experiment with are about how much color you want to add. So notice that seemed like a lot more color, but it's still super subtle. So I could have built up to that, or I could have, like I did, jump a little bit more by just adding more color from the onset. So you can barely see that, but there is a slight sheen of pink on that. So what I'm gonna do is make it a little washier. I'm gonna use gouache this time instead of acrylic. So I can take that, I'm gonna use my wash brush that holds a little more water and take this, so much more intense color, and brush this on. This time I'm gonna use water to help knock that back. This is creating more of an uneven wash that I could even play with a little bit. I could let the water drip. You can use a spray bottle to help move the color. This gets really messy, just be warned. You can use paper towels to help blot that down. And then we could let that dry. So this is another type of wash you can do with color as well, but instead of using flat color, you can just let the pigment with water move around. So you can use acrylic with a gloss or matte medium, or you can use gouache with water and have this washy texture. Use your fingers, whatever, to get the pigment to do what you want it to do.